Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name's Egbunike, and today I'm proud to be joined by Tyrone King and Kingsley Egbunike, the King Obi. Here we decide who's the real king on October the 12th for the Southern Area Welterweight Championship. Kingsley is defending his title against Tyrone. Gentlemen, how are you doing? Kingsley, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Tyrone, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Just had the privilege of interviewing both of you recently, had you on, and now having a face-to-face for the first time. So as we said there, Kingsley, you mentioned it there, and I think it's got Instagram and it's got everyone around it. This fight decides who the real king is.
Yeah.
And
we'll see October 12th, isn't it?
And Tyrone, obviously your surname, and technically you have the rights because it is your name. Who do you think is going to be the real king on the night?
We'll see. Obviously, I think myself, he's going to back himself. Wouldn't take the fight if he thought he was going to lose, and I wouldn't take the fight if I thought I was going to lose. So.
And Kingsley, as I've asked you before in the interview, what do you know about Tyrone, and what do you see as him in a fighter?
I was actually at his fight last year when he beat Lorenzo Stoll. Yeah, decent fight still, good fight. I don't think Lorenzo should have got stopped. I don't think the referee should have stopped it still, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Tyrone, what do you make of those comments?
No, people have got their opinions about it, but he was grabbing hold of the ropes to get up. If you look back, and he was on unsteady legs. I think the ref made a decision based on that, but I think he was hurt, and I think I'd have finished him off anyway. So.
And Kingsley, is it one of those stories where you're watching your opponent, and did you ever feel or know that you'd encounter Tyrone in the future, or anyone in the super welterweight division is going to be an opponent one day?
Nah, I didn't think it. Well, I won the fight, and then the next day, 1,000 people came on my Instagram talking about fight Tyrone King, and then obviously we made it happen. These people spoke on my people and made it happen. And here we are, innit?
And Tyrone, as I asked you the other day, obviously you're 5-0, he's 9-3-1. Is this a perfect timing? Everyone says, oh, do you need more experience? Do you want more fights and rounds under your belt? And obviously you've only been 6 rounds. You haven't done an 8-rounder yet. Do you feel this is a perfect time for you to be fighting for your first professional title in the Southern area?
Yeah, well, when is the perfect time? If I'm not ready now, I'll never be ready. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, with boxing, what people don't see, you put a lot of money into it, you make a lot of sacrifices, and I want to know to myself, am I doing it for a reason, or is it all for nothing? You know what I mean? So we'll see with this fight. When I win, I can push forward. If I don't win, maybe I need to sit and think about what I'm going to do going forward.
And Kingsley, you're no stranger to the big stage. You're no stranger to title fights. You've contested for a title before. You've won the Southern Area, and you're now defending it. Do you feel like you have more experience going into this fight?
Yeah, of course I do. Fought for the English before, done it Eliminator, fought in Belarus or Russia or whatever. So yeah, I've got experience, a bit more experience now.
And Kingsley, what do you make of Tyrone's professional career so far?
Well, what is he? He had 5 on. He's had 5, won them all. It's good. It's good. He's had a good 5. He's undefeated. He's got 1 KO. I'm saying he's off to a good start, isn't it?
And Tyrone, what do you make of Kingsley's professional career? And obviously, he's no stranger to the big stage because he's boxed on TV platforms and boxed for titles. What have you made of his career? I take it you've watched a bit of his fights so far.
Yeah, I watched a few of his fights. To be honest, good career. And the fighters that he has boxed, everyone says, yeah, he's got 3 losses, but look who he's lost against. He's lost against decent fighters. Lee Cutler's obviously English champion, good fighter. Lenny Fuller, he lost against him, but that was a few years ago. You can't look too much into that. And Jordan Dujon, he eventually lost. So, yeah, good career. Not bad.
And that shows he's come back from a loss, and he's gone back to winning ways, and he's avenged a defeat. So we go on to that there. Kingsley, Tyrone, I'll also both of you. I'll start with Kingsley. How did this fight come about, and was it brought to your managers? Who was it brought to when you first heard that you're going to fight each other?
Tyrone can answer that one.
Tyrone?
Well, Jordan Duchon, I see, was fighting Kingsley for the Southern area, and after beating Lorenzo, I thought, look, I beat a prospect. I deserve a title shot. So it wasn't even Kingsley that I was bothered about. It was whoever won the fight, and he won the fight. So I said to my manager, "Can we make it happen?" And I see on Kingsley's post that who should he fight next? So I got onto a few people that I know, a few of my fans, and that. I said, "Look, let's try and make this fight happen," and we got it done.
And Tyrone, I want to mention that there. Come to October the 12th, you wouldn't have been in the ring for 13 months. Kingsley wouldn't have been in there for 6 months. Do either of you believe in ring rust? And as Kingsley mentioned earlier on our interview, it's about what you're doing in that time, and are you in the gym, and what's going on. Kingsley, well, I'll start with Tyrone this time. Tyrone, do you believe in ring rust? Because you're going to be the man that's been, not say less active, but not been in the ring for a longer period.
Yeah, I do believe in ring rust to a certain degree, but I've been sparring with former Commonwealth champion, super welterweight, ranked number 4, Louis Green. So I've been sparring him for about 4 or 5 months. I've been making that. I had thought this fight was coming on for. I've knew about it since like February time. So I've been making adjustments, and I was supposed to fight, I think, in April. So I've not been at the gym anyway. So I've pretty much been in camp still. So.
And Kingsley, what do you make about ring rust, not only for Tyrone's career, but yourself? And do you believe in that?
Yeah, as I said to you before, I do believe in ring rust. I don't think I've. Well, I don't have any ring rust. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fought in April. I've relaxed, give my body a rest. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're meant to do. So I'm I'm always in the gym training as well. So yeah, I've done what I'm meant to do. In terms of Tyrone's time off, yeah, that's his career, innit? I don't care about anything to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Other than we're fighting, innit? And that's that. And my hand will be raised, innit?
And you mentioned that there. Tyrone said he's been in there with a former Commonwealth champion in Louis Green. Who have you been sparring, and what names have you been in around?
What, throughout my career?
Yeah, you can name throughout your career.
I've sparred lots of people, man. I don't even want to go through, but I've sparred world champions before. I've been there with James Adele, Josh Taylor, Chris Congo, Josh Kelly. I'm saying European, Abbas, whatever his name is, the European champion. I've been lots of names, you know what I'm saying? But that don't matter. So I don't even want to name names like that because it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It's who's in front of you on the day. Name who you're sparring. It's sparring is sparring. Every boxer knows that. Sparring is sparring. Fight is a fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about names.
100%. Mention this one. Have you two ever encountered yourselves either in the amateurs or in sparring?
No, I never encountered. I think he was amateur. Like when he was an amateur, I probably wasn't an amateur because I ain't ever heard of him before. Still, other than when I saw it. Obviously, I didn't know who he was when I saw him box against Lorenzo, and then obviously when everyone started commenting on my page, that's when I knew who he was. So, but yeah, I don't think he was an amateur around the same time still. Or if he was, then obviously he's younger than me anyway.
And before we go on to Instagram and social media, Tyrone, you mentioned that there, and you've only been into 6 rounds. Do you believe you've been into deep waters, into the deep trenches as Kingsley has? Because Kingsley, again, yourself, you've been the 10 rounds, you've been fought for the English title, you've won the Southern area. Again, we mentioned it on the previous interview. Does experience play into this, or when it comes to the fight, it's 2 men, you two both in the ring? Pass doesn't matter, amateur doesn't matter. It's you two going toe-to-toe for 10 rounds or less. Tyrone, I'll let you start with that.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like he said as well, it depends on the night. It's all on the night. Yeah, I have been in deep waters in training, in sparring. I just haven't shown it in the ring yet. Obviously, I got knocked down by Lorenzo, but I got back up. So, obviously, that shows a bit of resilience and stuff. But I just ain't had to show it in a fight as much yet. But I will show it if I have to.
And Kingsley, as you can see, Tyrone's only been 6 rounds, but at the same time, he's been able to stop unbeaten fighters. Similar to you, what do you make of that? And obviously, you've got the more experience on paper, but when it comes to the night, it's the both of you in the ring and you put everything aside.
Yeah, like obviously we'll watch Tyrone and see what he's fully about, but it doesn't really matter because it's all on the night, innit? It's all on the night, and you just have to perform your best. So yeah, not looking too deep into his ring rust or his knockouts or who he's sparring. Like, we don't care about that.
And I'm going to ask this here, a little bit of a respectful side and a little bit that could spew something. But Tyrone, what do you do better than Kingsley, and what does Kingsley do better than you?
Well, I don't think it's a thing of what I do better than him and what he does better than me, because obviously on the night, I'm going to try to take away some of his strengths. He's going to try to take away some of mine. He does everything good. He's a solid all-round good fighter, but obviously there's things that we're going to try and exploit on the night, and look forward to it. I look forward to the challenge.
And Kingsley, what do you do better than Tyrone, and what does Tyrone do better than you?
I'll do everything better than Tyrone.
We'll see.
I'll do everything better than Tyrone. Tyrone don't do nothing better than me still.
We'll see.
We'll see. And talking about that there, go on to Instagram now. And as I mentioned at the start of the face-to-face, Tyrone King versus King Obi, Kingsley Egbunike. So this defines who the real king is. And talk about that there. You mentioned that your DMs were flooded with names about fighting Tyrone. You got fight Tyrone next. But you've now put on your Instagram, and it's not spewed anything back and forth, but it's got a lot of comments, a lot of engagement. Tyrone's commented under it, may the best man win. I'm just going to double check what Tyrone's actually commented onto it, because I don't want to say anything wrong. But you essentially, for fans that don't know, on Instagram, you've posted a cartoon animated picture of yourself with a strap around your waist and Tyrone's head there. And then the fight post on the second post, and kill not emoji, but a kill little video like taking someone's head off. So Kingsley, for Tyrone who doesn't know, is it personal, and where did that come from?
You're asking me, innit?
Yeah.
It just come from my idea. Obviously, his name's Tyrone King, innit? I'm King Obi. King, obviously, my name's Kingsley, so I shortened it to King Obi. And obviously, off of his head, innit? That's what kings do, innit? You take off people's heads, so his head has to get taken off, innit?
And Tyrone, you wrote there, good luck, may the best man win, with a spud emoji. Do you believe it's anything personal? Do you take that to heart? Or, as you said, you're all respectful and both men going to war on the night?
No, for me, it ain't personal. For him, it ain't personal, I don't think, because we don't know each other. So there's no big thing. Obviously, he wants to win. He wants to push forward. I want to win. I want to push forward. And at the end of the day, it's all about selling the fight and getting a good crowd there for both sides and selling out your call and putting on a good show. That's what it's about.
And I can't recall now because the story's now gone, but I remember when you first posted it, you posted it with a laughing emoji, and then you posted something else. So is this a little bit of back and forth that could keep going? Or like you said, it's just to sell the fight and get fans' engagement?
Whatever, innit? I'm not bothered if people want to talk crap, that they can talk. Anyway, we're going to have to fight, so it's just not for me, you know.
And Tyrone, to mention you, as everyone says in this world, your name's being mentioned. Everyone mentions your name to him, so it clearly shows that you are something. You're a prospect. You're a fighter that they wanted to see this fight. Why do you think the fans wanted to see this fight come together?
Because I'm a good fighter, and I think I deserve a title shot. At the end of the day, you see a lot of people these days. They fight their journeyman, then they get a title shot. I beat a prospect. I deserved a title shot, and I wasn't going to go back to fighting journeyman because I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm better than that. And when you got two people coming to take each other's heads off, that's what people pay for. And at the end of the day, I think that plays into my hands, because when you're fighting a journeyman, they're on the back foot. They're very negative. Where when I've got a fighter meeting me head on, they walk onto shots, and that's when my power comes into play.
And Kingsley, why did you think not only your supporters, not only your fans, not only your DMs, but why do you think fans wanted to see this contest come together?
Um, in all honesty, I don't really think it's the fans. Still, it's more or less what what kind of just made sense, innit? Obviously, Tyrone wanted to fight. Um, and the deal was made. So yeah, the fight's on, innit? That's that. As simple as that, really. Not really like yeah, the fans want. I don't know. Maybe for his fans, innit? I don't know. But for me, it was not really like that. But obviously, I was happy to take the fight. So we're fighting.
And just before I conclude the face-to-face, Tyrone, is it going to be and the new on the night? And what are you going to do to ensure that you have that belt coming home?
100%, I believe that it's going to be Ananu. Otherwise, I won't take the fight, and I'm going to do whatever I can do possible, by whatever means necessary. You know what I mean? Get in there, give my best, and as long as I give my best, that's I can hold my head up. But I ain't coming to lay down. I'm coming for a good fight and a 10-round fight.
And before I ask Kingsley, is your mindset coming, as most fighters do when they go for their first professional title, is it the hunted versus the hunter? Are you coming to hunt? Or are you coming to take what's his? And as everyone says, are you coming to take food off of his place and take what's his?
I'm to
I'm
take his
coming
head
to
up.
win.
That's it. It's off of his head, innit?
And you see that because obviously it's an Instagram post, it's an Instagram caption, Tyrone, but do you believe he's going for the knockout, not only having your head off, but he wants to take you out, clearly?
You see, the last time somebody tried to take my head off, they got their head took off. So, like I said, it plays into my hands, and I believe I'm the bigger puncher. And that's what I believe.
And Kingsley, I want to mention that to you there. What do you do to ensure and instill that the fight goes the way you want, that it goes to your game plan, that you take home the belt and still? And what do you do? And what's your mindset going into this? As I said, is it a hunter versus a hunted? Is it someone that's coming to take food off of your table? Is it someone that's coming to take what's yours? What's the mindset going into this? And what do you make sure that it's and still on the end of the night?
Well, my mindset is just focused on me. I focus what I do best. And that's it. Like anything that he says, does, or whatever, like we're not focused on him. We're focused on what I do best and what I bring to the table and my assets. And my assets are better than his assets. So that's what my mind's on. So yeah.
Tyrone, final message to Kingsley, because you're coming to take over his belt. You're the challenger. You're the one coming to fight for your first professional title. What's your final message to him, not only on the night, but to supporters and everyone that's tuning into this mega fight, October the 12th? Is it going to be trick or is it going to be treat for early Halloween?
Everyone tune in, and good luck to my opponent and his team. And thanks to everyone who's coming out and supporting either of us, because we deserve a good crowd, because this is a good fight. Two prospects putting it on the line. None of us are going to go down without a fight, and it's going to be one hell of a fight. Tune in.
And Kingsley, your final message, not only to Tyrone, but to your fans and everyone coming to support October 12th. And as I mentioned there, early Halloween, I would say Christmas, but early Halloween, is it going to be trick or is it going to be a treat for you on the night?
It's going to be a treat for me, for sure. But yeah, man, just good luck to Tyrone, and thanks for all the support from everyone who's coming out. And yeah, it's going to be a great fight, man. Come watch it. Come watch. It's going to be a great fight. Yeah.
And just before I conclude, obviously in real life, I would like to say, and as every face-to-face ends, can we have a handshake? Can I make sure is there mutual respect between both of you fighters? And at the end of the day, it's business on the ring, and when you leave the ring, you'll be shaking each other's hands.
Yeah, you don't even have to say that. It's boxing, isn't it? This is boxing.
Tyrone, is there mutual respect there as well?
Yeah, of course. I respect every fighter that gets in there. They're putting their health on the line for the fans and to better their lives. Of course, I respect everyone. But when the bell goes, respect goes out the window, and we get cracking.
Love to hear that. Both men, wishing you all the best on the night. God willing, I would say someone's has to go, but God willing, the belt goes home. If someone and the new and still 5-0 Tyrone King versus Kingsley Egbunike or King Obi. And like I said, just want to end it on this one. Tyrone, Kingsley, who's going to be the real king leaving the arena at your call on October the 12th?
Me, 100%.
Obviously me.
And not only is it the real king for the nickname, but it will be real king for the Southern Area title. And last one, before I go, where does this push the next one on? Do you go to a TV platform? Do you go for an English title? Do you go for a big name? Or you're not even looking past the fight you have on October the 12th?
Who
I'm
you
not
asking?
looking past the fight. I'm not looking past the fight, so just focused on this now. After that, you take it from there.
Tyrone?
Yeah, one step at a time. You've got to beat him, get him out the way, and then see what's next. If it's no point talking about what's next if you can't beat what's in front of you.
Love to hear that. Lads, it's been a pleasure. True gentlemen to the sport, not only as people, but as fighters. God willing, a masterclass, a spectacle, an iconic night to remember at the famous York Hall. All the best to the both of you. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.